You ever have one of those mornings where you wake up thinking the world is just as peaceful as you left it the night before, and then you look out your window and realize you're dead wrong? That was me. Early July, right before everything in my life turned from lakeside bliss to a story about forged maps, burning trash bins, secret recordings, and a battle with folks who thought community spirit meant ignoring every boundary but their own. Welcome to the war for Little Pine Lake. I'd moved into my uncle's old lake house 6 months before that inherited it after he passed one of those solid cedar-framed places hugged by pines and a porch big enough to fit your entire family and still have room for 3 dogs and a grill. That dock out back. My uncle rebuilt it himself. Reinforced beams, aluminum rails, solar lights, the works. I sunk weeks and a shameful amount of cash into restoring it because standing there with my morning coffee, breathing in that hush over the water, man, it felt like I'd bought myself a slice of peace nobody else could touch. But as it turns out, solitude's got an expiration date. Saturday rolls around. I'm jolted awake by the kind of laughter and yelling that would make you think a summer camp broke loose right in my backyard. I pull on jeans, step outside, and there they are, 10 people sprawled all over my dock like it's a public beach. Folding chairs, towels everywhere, kids doing cannonballs, and at the center of it, a woman in a straw hat barking orders like she owns the lake. At first, I figure, okay, maybe they're lost. I walk down calm, not angry yet. I tell them, hey, this is private property, you're trespassing. And this lady, Karen Murphy, yeah, the name fits, plants herself, hands on her hips, and tells me this dock's been open to the community for years. She's been sunbathing here every summer, so I guess that makes it hers. I explain property lines haven't changed, dock's always been private. She goes from snooty to straight up hostile, says she's calling the county, threatens that I'll be forced to rip out my dock. Most folks slink off. Not Karen. She stands her ground, grumbling, threatening, and letting me know she's HOA president and proud of it. That night, I hung a heavy chain across the dock's base, nailed up signs, private property, no trespassing, and uploaded a video of Karen's meltdown to a cloud drive just in case. Filed a report with the sheriff, sent a certified letter to the HOA. Wasn't looking for a fight, but I wasn't about to get steamrolled either. Next Saturday, 9 a.m., I get camera alerts. A crowd's gathered at the chain, Karen front and center this time with a local news crew in tow. She's gesturing wildly, complaining about the gatekeeper who's denying her community access. The reporter asks for my side, and I lay out the facts, deeds, surveys, permits. Karen interrupts, paints me as the reclusive newcomer who's ruined summer for everyone. That night, the segment airs shots of kids playing Karen monologuing about community heritage. My name never comes up, but everyone knows it's me. Next day, my mailbox fills with anonymous notes. You can't steal nature. We know where you sleep, and best of all, a photo of my dock with traitor scrawled in red. The real gut punch. Thursday night, I smell burning plastic. Run outside, someone set my trash bin on fire right by the dock. Rain saved the wood, but the message was clear. The sheriff's camera matched the culprit, a guy named Jason McCarty, Karen's brother-in-law, history of petty vandalism. I pressed charges, but at this point nothing surprised me, letters, TV crews, arson. It was escalating fast. I upgraded security, infrared cams, motion spotlights, a steel post at the gate. Next week, a petition shows up. Protect community access. Stop the dock lockdown, QR code, and all over 800 signatures. Some are real, some are Docky McDockface. I get it, the narrative's set, I'm the villain. Then my attorney Holly Mason calls sharp, fast-talking with a wit that could cut glass. She tells me the HOA is trying to make this look like a civic dispute, not a land grab. That very day, I get an official Notice County hearing complaint from the HOA saying I've illegally blocked communal access, maybe even built the dock without a permit. I laugh out loud. Holly isn't worried. My uncle kept every document, deeds, permits, even a handwritten letter from the county engineer approving the dock. I send her everything. But here's the twist. HOA submits a 1994 community map showing my shoreline as shared lake access. Holly says it's unofficial, not in county records. I go to the archive, meet Sandra the clerk with a sixth sense for HOA drama. She finds the real survey, my parcel, my uncle's name, no community use. She shrugs, tells me overlays like the HOAs don't hold up in court. I scan everything, create backups, and brace for war. Couple days later, someone cuts the wires to my motion sensor and rips down my sign. I patch it myself, add another warning. Tampering is a felony. Holly calls now. The HOA is submitting a GPS analysis showing my dock encroaching 5 feet onto public land. Where's that defined, I ask. It's not, she says, but they're throwing everything at the wall. We subpoena their report, and while we're at it, an anonymous ex-HOA board member, Richard Lee, steps forward, gives us an email thread where Karen wrote, "With enough heat, he'll cave. If not, we'll give the county a version of the map they'll believe." That's the bombshell. At the hearing, Karen's lawyer gives a teary speech about lost childhood summers, shows their doctored maps, plays TV clips. Holly stands and eviscerates it all. Our real surveys, permits, GPS logs, and finally Richard's testimony about Karen's scheme. Then Holly drops the clincher audio from an HOA Zoom where Karen says, "If we present it as historical usage, the county will buy it." The room goes dead quiet. Panel comes back after a short recess. The HOA's complaint is without merit. My dock is legal. Any further interference will be prosecuted. Plus, the matter's being referred to the DA for criminal investigation. Karen's face looks like a vase about to crack. Outside, Holly grins. We decide to send the audio to the local paper. Might as well let the community hear the truth. Within days, sheriff's deputies show up at Karen's place with a warrant. She's charged with submitting falsified documents, fraud, conspiracy, even evidence tampering her name was in the file metadata. HOA holds a private meeting, kicks her out as president, deactivates her clubhouse key fob. The local news finally covers my side, no more misty shots, just Karen's mug and Holly looking like a legal assassin. The new HOA president, Jenna Ford, calls to apologize, offers a settlement, $185,000 legal acknowledgement that my property was never under HOA control, plus a trespass order keeping Karen away for good. I accept on one condition: she never sets foot within 50 feet of my land again. She agrees. I upgrade the dock, new fence, keypad, gate motion lights, and a handmade sign, "Private Dock." Not for HOA use, not for Karen. Entry is prosecution. The mail carrier snaps a picture. Even the locals laugh. Karen goes to trial, pleads guilty, gets 14 months banned from HOA boards for a decade. My mailbox fills with notes, apologies. Congratulations, brownies. A foggy October morning, I find a jar of flowers on the dock with a note. You reminded us that property rights matter, but dignity matters more. I save the note, toss the flowers, and angle a new security camera straight at the dock entrance just in case. One day, a county planner asked if I'll join a committee to help write guidelines for lake property disputes. I laughed, told him I'd just survived a war, not looking to re-enlist. But he says my case is why they're rewriting policy. I take that as a win. Spring comes. I add solar panels, upgrade the dock lights, swap the chain for a discreet gate, but the sign stays. Sometimes winning isn't fireworks or parades. Sometimes it's just the sound of water on your own dock, the sunset, and not a single sun hat in sight. Now I gotta ask, what would you have done in my shoes? Is standing up for your land worth making the whole town your enemy? Or is there a line between neighborly and naive? Drop your take in the comments. Let's see where justice really lands.